Thursday, December 25th, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. We have a fantastic slate of games in the NFL and in the NBA. And in this video, you are going to be getting so many plays. First, we're going to lock in a plus 500 all-day lay in the NFL, in which I'm going to give you my favorite two-player props per game so you can root for the play all Christmas Day. But we're not done there, because then we're going to talk about who's going to get into the end zone on Thursday, following that up with a three-man long shot play in the NFL. And we're still not done, because we're going to switch gears over to the NBA, in which I'm going to give you the best 4 player props on the slate for Christmas Day. And then we're going to switch it over to the sportsbook, where I'm going to give you the official sportsbook play of the day. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, the unders, the overs, all of that in this video. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're locking in and get ready to go bananas.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me, we just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
Before we get rocking and rolling and going over all of these plays that I have in store for you for Thursday, Christmas Day, we need a little bit of something from you. I'm going to do something special on the channel since we're celebrating Christmas. I'm recording this video on Tuesday, December 23rd. That means you'll have 2 entire days to smash that like button. And every single like on this video, whether the play wins or loses, $1 per like handed out to you guys. So if we get 200 likes on this video, 2 of you will win $100. Rack up the likes. I'll be splitting it out. Maybe 2, 3 winners. Depends on how many likes we get. But smash that like button and take my money. I want to give it away for Christmas because you guys have been supporting me so much throughout the year. I don't have to do it. I want to do it. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. You found the best channel on the entire internet for sports betting, the best community. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I drop these free plays every single day, never missing a beat. Nobody else is dressing up in a Santa costume for you guys. I had the beard on, but it was super itchy. I couldn't even get the words out. I had to restart the video. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these shenanigans. And then the single most important thing that you can do is going down below and visiting my buddy Stan. And he is down there. He's waiting for you. And this is exactly what he has for you guys. You can go over to that big, beautiful golden W there. Now, you do have to copy and paste it out of the description into your search bar, because YouTube's given me strikes in the past because I just win too much and they don't like people doing that on the channel. Vegas called them, told me to get removed. I'm back. So go ahead, copy and paste it into your search bar. Go on over here. Go to that big, beautiful golden W. Like I was saying, you'll get a free plan. I know it says VIP picks. I'll tell you how you can get those for free in just a minute. But there's a free plan where I drop free cheat sheets every single day. They're literal gold. There's bonus free plays every single day. You'll get extra plays over on Winible for Christmas Day. And on top of that, there's a great Discord, the best sports betting community on the internet. And he also has so much more to offer, because not only can you get all those free plays, you can lock in these plays for absolutely free just by going here and clicking these buttons. Sleeper, code FFAPE, a free $20, $100 deposit match, a free $20 on Dabble with code FTMCox, a $100 deposit match on Chalkboard with code APE, $10 for free, plus a $200 deposit match on Betr with code FFAPE. Prizepicks, bet 5, get 50. ONYX odds, $15 just for signing up. And then when you deposit 10, you get 100. It is pandemonium. And we're also beginning, the all-day lay is 6 player props. Some of them are adjusted, but if you take those 6 player props, because I like them all to go over their set lines, but we're going to play it a little bit safe because we're doing an all-day lay. But the one spot where it's actually worth not adjusting the lines, because you get a 50x payout on a 6-man. Let me say that again for everybody who didn't pay attention. 50x on a 6-man. That's insane. Dabble's the next closest, and it's 21x. Prizepicks, which everybody knows and loves, is only a 12.3x. Get Splash Sports, code BANANA. You'll get a $50 deposit match and 50x payouts. It's insane. If you sign up for any of those, you get a free 30 days of premium plays sent straight to your phone for absolutely free. That is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months that you can get for free. If you don't have those apps, you'll get the free money, you'll get the deposit matches, and you'll get free premium for 30 days per sign up. And there's other ways to get in for free that I'll tell you about in just a minute. But before we go any further, gambling involves significant risk. There are no guarantees of profit, and you could lose some or all of your money. The content in this video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial or legal advice. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We are not responsible for any losses that may occur as a result of using the information provided here. Viewers must be 18 or older or legal age in their jurisdiction to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, please seek help. Responsible gambling resources are down below, to include 1-800-GAMBLER in the United States. This video contains affiliate links. You just saw them all. I do receive a commission for the sign-up, so rack it up. We need them holiday bucks, and I'm giving it away to you guys for smashing that like button. I do receive that commission. You guys get that free money for signing up in those deposit matches. So take advantage. We all win, and it's a great way to support the channel. Now, I'd have this up here on the screen so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about with the all-day lay. We did it for Sunday, and we cashed it out. It was a nice plus 511 play. We had 6 different player props, 2 from each slate. So the 1 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, and Sunday night football. We hammered it. We cashed it. It was absolutely beautiful. And I gave it out for absolutely free over on Winible. But in this video, since it's the deluxe, extremely popular Christmas Day special edition video, we're going to be breaking them all down in this video. You will get some more bonus plays over on Winible when you join the team over there. You just got to do a little bit of extra work. And if you want to lock in with premium until 2026, that's right, a free week of premium plays, I will be removing this code on Christmas. I'll wait till the day after Christmas. So on the 26th of December, this code will not work anymore. But when you use code SANTA, S-A-N-T-A, on the week pass, it is absolutely free. So go take advantage so you can lock in with premium. And we just had a really bad day on Tuesday. And if you guys have been around long enough, you know one thing. Those bad days are few and far between, because nobody wins every single day. But we win and profit month after month and week after week. But we do have some bad days here and there. And I tell you what, premium members, who are everybody's in premium that's listening, we are absolutely done with college football bowl games. Not the playoffs, but the bowl games. The ones that don't mean anything anymore. The ones where they bench the starters at halftime. The ones that everybody sits out of because they are literally dog shit. The only bowl game that we could have had this year that would have been worth anything would have been Notre Dame versus BYU, the Catholics versus the Mormons. They took that away from us because Notre Dame was crying about it, and rightfully so, because they probably should have been in the college football playoffs, but they held that out from us. Hopefully the NCAA fixed that. But going forward, these meaningless bowl games, we're done with them. I literally went 0 for 3 today. I got every single game right except for the Texas A&M game in the college football playoffs round 1. And then we go 0 for 3 in college football bowl games because the better teams just didn't play. So I can't do anything about that. It was absolutely atrocious. And yesterday's free play, the Thunder did not want to get revenge on Tuesday. So bad day overall. We swept Monday's video. Everybody that's been here knows we make a killing. So just bear with us. Tuesday was just a bad day all around, but we're going to bounce back because we got the biggest, best slate of games on Thursday for Christmas. And then this weekend is absolutely insane. So grab that. It's free. I mean, it's free. So grab it, code SANTA, S-A-N-T, get that week pass. Now, without further ado, because this video is probably going to be pretty long, I'm debating on doing a table of content. We'll see. We'll see if I have time to do that. But either way, this video is probably going to be pretty long. We're getting so many plays out to you guys, so pay attention. Put this on in the car when you're doing some last-minute Christmas shopping, and let's try to cash out on Christmas. And we're starting off with the 1 o'clock game, the Cowboys versus the Commanders, a nice division rivalry game. I know it doesn't mean much on paper, but I still think these teams are going to try to beat the heck out of each other just because of that division rivalry. And I know we have the triple backup starting for the Commanders, but I still think the Cowboys offense is going to come and show out for us. It's Christmas Day. These guys love to perform for us on Christmas Day. So we're taking Dak Prescott here over 249.5 passing yards because I don't think they're going to quit just yet. He's averaging 281.9 over his last 10 games, clearing this line in 8 of his last 10 games. And now he's going up against the Washington Commanders, the 26th ranked defense in passing yards allowed. Head to head, he has cleared this line in every single matchup that they have had this year, which, yes, this is only one, but he had a great showing in that game back in October. And I fully expect him to do it again for us on Christmas Day. And as you can see here, Jalen Hurts, but that offense is abysmal. We all know the Philadelphia Eagles, a great team, bad offense. He did not get it done, only getting 185 passing yards in that matchup. Jackson Dart, however, 246, and Dak Prescott, even though Jackson Dart is my quarterback of the New York Giants, has a much better arm. J.J. McCarthy, you don't know what you're going to get when he plays. And then Bo Nix for 321 yards against the Commanders. We absolutely love Dak Prescott to get an insane amount of yards. As you can see, when I break it down to just the last 5, he is averaging 317 yards in those games. I know he just only had 244 against the Chargers, but they are a very, very, very good defense, and the Cowboys just fell apart in the second half. I think this game is going to go all 4 quarters. I think that this game is going to be a absolute shootout. Even with that third-string quarterback of the Commanders, I still think it's going to be a bit of a shootout, especially on the Cowboys side. So we love Dak Prescott on Christmas Day to get 250 passing yards. And we're following that up with CeeDee Lamb, a nice, beautiful, correlated pairing. We could take Pickens. I just think Lamb is the safer option in this game. He's tried and true, and we're taking him for 49.5 receiving yards. He's averaging 80 over his last 10 games. He has been on an absolute spree. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are the best 2 tandem in the NFL at that wide receiver position. Commanders, they're bad at passing yards allowed. So you know that already means that they're bad at receiving yards allowed as well. 27th in the NFL. And he had just a couple games ago, before that good Chargers defense, 3 games in a row where he broke over 100 yards. It could easily happen again on Thursday. As you can see here, he got a 110 back on October 19th. We love him to get just 50. That's all we need to clear this one. 50 yards for CeeDee Lamb on Christmas. And then we're going to the 4:30 game, and we're taking Jared Goff for only 219.5 passing yards. He's cleared 300 3 games in a row. He's averaging 284 in a 10-game span. Now, the line set on this one is just barely above 220, which tells me that the sports books know he's not going to have a huge game, which I kind of disagree with. But they are the line makers, so you kind of got to take that into consideration when you're looking at these plays. But I love him for 220. I still do think that he could very easily go over 300. I think the bottom threshold, his floor in this game, is probably 250. I know that Minnesota is the 3rd best in the NFL in passing yards allowed, but I don't know if you were paying attention to those Cowboys props. They had tremendous success against the Minnesota Vikings. CeeDee Lamb had over 100 yards receiving against the Vikings just a couple weeks ago. It's going to be a tough, cold Minnesota weather game. Detroit's used to that as well. Jared Goff, 220 yards. I love him in this spot. He's done it head-to-head already against the Vikings. 284 back on November 2nd. Now, I'm only knocking this down just a little bit, a couple yards, and that's primarily because the sports books have me worried. They know how to set lines, and his line is set extremely low for Jared Goff. So we're going to knock it down just a tad. We're taking him for 219.5. Remember, this is an all-day lay, a 6-man, and we want to cash a nice plus 500 play on the sports books. It's going to be about an 8x play on DFS apps. So take advantage if you have the DFS apps and use any of the ones that I showed you in the beginning of the video. But we love Jared Goff here, over 219.5 passing yards. And now we're correlating that kind of. It's kind of a correlation because we are taking his receiving yards here. Jahmyr Gibbs over 112.5 rushing and receiving yards. We are not touching his line at all. I think it's set exactly where it should be, a little bit low, in fact. He had a bad game last week. Everybody knows it. Everybody was watching. 68 yards. Yes, that's a bad game for Jahmyr Gibbs against that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They went into that game in hopes of winning for a easier chance at a playoff run. Now they have to fight and claw to get their way in. The Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers have already clinched their spots in the playoffs. Actually, take that back. I don't know if the Packers are already clinched, but the Chicago Bears have clinched with that win against Green Bay. I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, that Green Bay is also win. I'd have to relook at the playoff picture. My mind is escaping me right now as I'm talking, but I'm pretty sure those two teams are already in, but there's still a slot open for the Detroit Lions. They have to win out. The Vikings don't have a shot in hell at making the playoffs. The Lions do. The Vikings want to play spoiler in the divisional game. The Lions are going to be revved up. Dan Campbell's going to have the boys ready. He hasn't lost back-to-back games in years. We love him to get Jahmyr Gibbs going early and often. And as you can see, the Minnesota Vikings, rushing yards allowed 24th in the NFL. They are second in receiving yards allowed, but we already know that some of those wide receivers have already blown up that Vikings defense, so I'm not super worried about that. They probably just had some bad competition as of late. Receiving yards allowed to the running back position, though, they are number one in the NFL, but not all running backs are Jahmyr Gibbs. Am I right? He is an absolute monster. I think he could get easily 100 rushing yards in this matchup. I think he's going to get about 40 to 50 receiving yards in this matchup. I think he's going to be the biggest X factor, have the best game on the field in this game. So we're taking Jahmyr Gibbs here over 112 rushing and receiving yards. And now we're going over to the later slate of games. We're taking Bo Nix for over 180.5 passing yards. He's gotten over 300 in his last two games, which is crazy because in my mind still, Bo Nix doesn't have that great of an arm. He is a winner. He goes out there and gets the job done. He is a good quarterback who can also use his legs when he needs to. But in my mind still, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't see him as a 300-yard passing quarterback. But he is. But in this game, his line is also set very, very low. Kansas City has no hopes of getting into the playoffs. Denver Broncos are already in the playoffs, but there is one thing that the Denver Broncos are playing for, and that's the AFC West, because the Chargers are still right on their tails for that crown, and they could be coming for it if Denver loses this game. So I think Denver's going to try. I think Bo Nix probably gets 230, 240 in this matchup. We're taking it for just 180 yards. This play has been perfectly crafted. So the all-day lay, please take it exactly how I'm doing it. Don't get fancy and take it for 200. We're going for plus 500 odds. We absolutely love Bo Nix to have a day, but we only need him to get 180 for this plus 500. Do not get greedy on this one. If you want to lock it in a different way on your own, go ahead. But please, for the love of God, lock this in exactly how I'm showing you, and you will have more chance, higher success rate of the play cashing. We love him in this matchup for all the reasons I just listed. And not only that, but when the Kansas City Chiefs were still playing for something and the Denver Broncos went in and put their boot to ass, 22-19, easy win. It was a bit of a squeaky win, rather. But he still got 295 yards against that defense. That defense hasn't gotten any bit better by week to week. If anything, they've gotten a little bit worse because they're a little bit more banged up. So is their offense. As we all know, Patrick Mahomes is out. So we love Bo Nix. 180 yards. We're running away with that. The fact that the books have it set so low, they have a lot of lines set super low on Christmas Day, which, like I said before, is a bit worrisome. So don't go too crazy with taking too many players to go high up, because you got to remember those line makers make a lot of money and they really do know what they're doing. It's our job to beat them. And that's exactly what we're going to do with Bo Nix over 180 passing yards. And last but not least, we're taking Cortland Sutton here over 39.5 yards. Again, another line that I think is set extremely, extremely low, but we're going to listen to the line makers a little bit. They do have it set a little bit higher. I think it's like 54.5. We're going to take him for a simple 40. Remember, this play is a plus 500 play. That's all we need it to be. The 8X over on DFS apps. We love this line. We love these lines exactly where we're taking them. He's done this in 7 of his last 10 games. He's averaging 60.7. Yes, the Kansas City defense on paper is good, but like I said, they have let up a ton of yards. They have gotten more and more banged up as the year has gone on. They're really not playing for anything but pride right now. I do think the Kansas City defense is going to rally a little bit on Christmas Day. I don't think the offense is going to have much to offer with whoever the hell. I can't even remember who's that quarterback, to be honest with you. I'd have to go look it up. So I don't see the Denver Broncos. You never know. Crazier shit has happened as far as win or losing, but I love these players to have a day on Christmas Day for us. That is the official all-day lay in the NFL. Next, we're going to start speeding it up. We're at the 20-minute mark. I want this video to try to be at 40 minutes. Like I said, we got a ton of plays to go over. So next, we are going to hop into the 3-man NFL player prop lay. That's a long shot. We're actually adjusting the lines higher because I do think the line makers are making a bit of a mistake on Christmas Day. Maybe they want to give us a gift, or maybe they're setting a trap. But I absolutely love what we have in store. And now we've already talked about all of these players, so I'm not going to spend too much time on each. But I like Dak Prescott to have a huge Christmas Day. Everybody thinks this game doesn't mean anything. Everybody's counting everybody out on the Cowboys and on the Commanders. I still think they're going to put on a show for us. I think Dak Prescott is going to tear into his division rival. They're not playing for draft spots. The players on the team don't care what draft position they get. That's the GM and the owners worry about. Jerry Jones probably wants his team to tank. But I think the players are going to go out there and play with pride on Christmas Day. They know that everybody in the nation will be tuning in for these games. And I think the Cowboys against a division rival are going to put on an air show. So we're taking the Dak Prescott here over 300 passing yards. And we're pairing him up with CeeDee Lamb. Now, you could go George Pickens here. I just prefer CeeDee Lamb a little bit more in this game. George Pickens had a monster game last week, getting 130 yards. Before that, he was stuttering out a little bit. He definitely has the potential to do this. They both could go over 100, if I'm being completely honest. One of them will probably get 100. The other one will probably get about 80 to 85. I just like CeeDee a little bit better. He's got the track record head-to-head already this year, and just the simple fact that last week he only got 51. I think it's going to be his turn in this game to get over 100 yards. So for that reason and that reason only, really, you could flip a coin and take either one of these guys, because that's exactly what it is, picking between CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens of who's going to have the better game, but both of them could go over 100 yards. So if you wanted to, take CeeDee Lamb. If you wanted to, take George Pickens. I like CeeDee Lamb because of the head-to-head data and the simple fact that George Pickens got over 130 and CeeDee Lamb got only 50. So we're going to go with CeeDee Lamb over 100 receiving yards for the long shot. And last, maybe the longest shot on this whole entire slip, we're taking Jahmyr Gibbs over 149 and a half. He's averaging 122. We've already talked about all of that. We already know that he hasn't done this in 4 games. We already know that he's going up against a tough Vikings defense, in which November he only got 28 rushing yards. Well, 25 rushing yards and 3 receiving yards. We know all of this. I don't care. He has been a little bit underused and underperforming the past couple weeks. He's now going up against a Vikings defense. They both know each other. I love Jahmyr Gibbs to have a monster game on Christmas Day. I think he's going to perform. I think he's going to have a killer day. Not much more I can say. I just like Jahmyr Gibbs on Christmas Day over 149 and a half rushing and receiving yards. That's the 3-man. It's a long shot. Don't go crazy with it. Let's have some fun. Hopefully cash some slips. And now I'm going to tell you my 3 favorite players to get into the end zone on Christmas. And then we're going to switch gears and get over to the NBA. First, and maybe my favorite player on Christmas Day to get into the end zone, maybe even twice, Jahmyr Gibbs. I just simply think he's going to have a monster day on Christmas. I really, really do. And as you can see here, he's done it just about every other game. He's gotten 3. He only got one touchdown against the Steelers and had a bad game. So I still count that as like a 0 in Jahmyr Gibbs land, because other than that, he gets 2 to 3 every other game for whatever reason that is. And another thing that I absolutely love as far as data that I'm seeing, 0 against them in November. But last year in their last 2 matchups, he got 2 touchdowns and then 4 touchdowns in January in the playoffs. So we love Jahmyr Gibbs in this matchup to get a touchdown. I think it's completely feasible that he gets in the end zone more than once. So we're taking Jahmyr Gibbs to get into the end zone on Christmas. Then we're going over to the Denver game, and we're taking R.J. Harvey. He's on a 4-game touchdown streak, and I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs, who I do think will rally just a little bit, are going to keep him out of the end zone again. He didn't get in the end zone versus them back on November 16th. That's the last time he didn't get into the end zone. I do know that they have a tough rushing defense. They tend to keep the running back out of the end zone, but I just don't think they're going to be playing with the same muster. I don't think they're going to be able to contain the young man. We like RJ Harvey here to get into the end zone on Christmas. And last but not least, I know I wanted to take a tight end so bad. If any of you guys been around so long, you know that we love the tight end position on this channel. We've catched so many plays at the tight end position. So if you want to take Jake Ferguson, that's a plus money straight. Go on ahead. But my favorite player to get into the end zone before the Dallas Cowboys, a player that has seemingly come out of nowhere, the wide receiver 3 of the team, the one that goes pretty much unguarded, Ryan Flournoy. Now, I do think the Cowboys are probably going to score a ton of touchdowns. CD will probably get in the end zone. George Pickens will probably break one deep pass away, get into the end zone. But I love Flournoy here because he's a nice plus 450 as well. I think he's going to score another touchdown on Christmas Day. 26th in the NFL are the Commanders in touchdowns against. I love Ryan Flournoy. He's been putting up some quiet numbers and getting into the end zone quite a bit as of late. So we're taking Ryan Flournoy plus 450, one of my favorite players to get into the end zone on Christmas Day. Now, let's switch gears. We're going to dive into the NBA 4-man, and then we're going to go over to the Sportsbook Play of the Day. Congratulations to you for making it through this much of the video. This is probably the longest video I ever recorded, but I'm giving you guys tons of insight, knowledge, and plays. So hopefully you're finding this a little bit of fun. And we're switching gears now into the NBA. We're taking SGA over 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And I know it says 0 head-to-head, but we actually took him on Tuesday in that spot versus the Spurs. We're getting a rematch on Christmas Day of that matchup. We had him for over 44 on Tuesday. He did just that. And now we're taking him again for 43.5. I told you before that I think he's going to be pissed off and he's going to ball out against the Spurs since they beat them in the NBA Cup. And now I think he's going to be even more mad. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do think the Thunder win, but I thought the Thunder were going to win on Tuesday. So as far as the Sportsbook Play of the Day, I'm staying the fuck away because the Spurs might be the Thunder's kryptonite, but it's not SGA's kryptonite by himself. I think he's going to go well over this line. He got 44 on Tuesday. I would expect about 47, 48 on Christmas Day from SGA in this matchup. So we're taking SGA over 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And next, we're going to the Dallas game. We're taking Cooper Flag over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This young man has been putting on a clinic. He looks phenomenal. We're bumping this down a little bit, but I absolutely love it. 34.2 is what he's averaging on the day. We're building out a 4-man. We don't need to take the exact line every single time. Cooper Flag, 24.5. I do think he probably gets about 35 to 36 points, rebounds, and assists. Do with that information what you will. He's averaging 34.2 over his last 10-game span. He's cleared 24.5 in 9 of his last 10. He has been extremely successful as of late. Really coming into his own. Love to see it. The #1 draft pick last year is finally playing some really good basketball. And I think he's going to do just that on Christmas Day against the Golden State Warriors. So we're taking Cooper Flag here over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And next we got Josh Hart of the New York Knicks for the early game versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And we should have Jalen Brunson back. We had Karl Anthony Towns on Tuesday to have a big game. He had a huge game. Now we're going to take Josh Hart for just 3.5 assists. He's going to be dishing it to Jalen Brunson, who should be playing in this game, along with Karl Anthony Towns. And not to mention, Cleveland Cavaliers are 21st in the NBA in assists allowed, and they really struggle against that shooting guard position, being 27th in the NBA. We like Josh Hart to get this one done. I think he's probably going to get 5 to 6 assists in this one. We just need 3.5. We absolutely love that line. So we're taking Josh Hart here over 3.5 assists. And our last player prop of the video, we're taking Kevin Durant over 33.5 PRA. He's done this in 4 straight games. He's done this in 8 of his last 10. He's averaging 37 on that 10-game span. Now he's going up against the Lakers on Christmas Day. The Rockets are heavy favorites, and I think Kevin Durant is going to crush the Lakers defense. I think he's going to have a big game in this one. I absolutely love him to do so. John Collins got 30. Harrison Barnes got 20. Jordan Walsh got 22. None of these guys that are listed here, they green checked out of their respectful lines. John Collins getting 30, which was monstrous, but none of them are the same caliber as Kevin Durant. We already know that. The man is a shooter. I do think he's going to get probably about 30 points in this matchup with about 8 or 9 rebounds and about 8 or 9 assists. I absolutely love him to absolutely crush this line, 33.5 here. Think it's set too low. Again, maybe the line makers are baiting us here, or maybe it's just because it's Tuesday and it's super early and this line will go up. So the earlier you see this video, the better. Kevin Durant over 33.5 points, rebound, assist. And I already told you all the places where you can lock these plays in for absolutely free. So I'm not going to even do it again. Lock in these plays for free so you don't have to come out of pocket. And this is the official sportsbook play of the day. Just my two favorite teams to win on Christmas Day in the NFL and the NBA. We're taking the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders at minus 133 or minus 335 rather. And then the Houston Rockets minus 176 for a nice plus 103 payout. So then when we put $100 into this, it doesn't matter because I'm giving away $1 per like. But $103 in this, or $100 in this turns it into 103. So you'll take out 203. If you can't tell, it's midnight now. I've been talking for 30 minutes. I'm sweating. This hat and this jacket are actually pretty fucking hot. So bear with me here. We're almost done. We got the Cowboys and the Rockets. Love them to win their games. They are my two favorite to win their games in those each for that plus 103 payout. And we're locking this in for free. Code FFAPE ONYX, $15 for absolutely free. $10 deposit gets you $100 in bonus bets. So you'll get $125, and all you got to do is deposit $10 and that free 30 days of premium as well. Now let's run through the slate really, really quick. We already know we like the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if they cover that spread, though. 7 is a lot of points, even with a third-string quarterback in. 7 is just a lot of points. I don't know if I would touch that spread. Maybe I'd knock it down to 6.5, 7 with the push. But the Dallas Cowboys, who am I kidding? My favorite play on that game is probably the over 50.5. I think I'd do a lot of alternate lines on there, but we're just going to pick money lines for every single one. And then next, obviously, I mean, these games in the NFL are pretty obvious, right? Who should win? The Detroit Lions are still clawing their way into the playoffs. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's going to be on the field again. And then Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs. It's Max Brosmer for the Vikings. All the backups on all these teams. Just another reason why I don't think, besides the fact that they're not in the playoffs. I mean, this is almost a give me day for taking the money line. And when you put all three money lines together, it's actually not a bad payout, minus 131, something you might want to consider doing there. I absolutely love that play. I don't really see, I know crazier shit has happened, but I do not see any of those teams winning any of those games. The Vikings have the best chance, but I just can't trust them with Max Brosmer behind center. So we're taking the Cowboys, Lions, and Broncos. And here's where things get a little bit interesting. I do like the New York Knicks. I probably would take the Spurs plus 9.5 there. My heart and soul is telling me that the Thunder, it's very, very hard to beat a team 3 times, but the Spurs might be the Thunder's kryptonite. So we're going to play it safe, plus 9.5 Spurs versus the Thunder there. That might be the one that we lose, though, because the Thunder, I don't see them losing 3 games in a row. You know what? I have to do it. I have to do it, boys. We're taking the Thunder once again. Maybe they'll burn us. Maybe they won't. And in this one, I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks. I think Cooper Flagg with Anthony Davis, tremendous dynamic duo there. We're going to go ahead and take the underdog in that matchup, plus 220 Dallas Mavericks. Then we're going with the Houston Rockets, and I'm actually going with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Denver Nuggets, I do believe that they're losing or already lost on Tuesday, so that could be a coin toss of a game. I probably wouldn't touch it if I was actually putting it out to premium. We'd probably stay away from that game altogether as far as who's going to win, who's going to lose. But I'm going to go with the Timberwolves there at plus 150. And now bowl games, and I'll only touch and tell you guys who I like for free. And I'm not touching these in premium. These are considered leans at this point because I just don't trust the better teams. Northwestern, every single day of the week, would beat Central Michigan. Everything's been backwards in these bowl games. New Mexico would 100% lose to Minnesota. This one's a bit of a coin toss, to be honest with you. Actually, this is a very good game. I would lean Minnesota here. I do like them to win this game, but like I said, I have not been good on these college football bowl games that don't mean anything. So take these 3 picks with a grain of salt. Maybe don't add them to your slip because UTSA is way better than FIU every other day of the week. But who knows what the hell's going to happen on Christmas Day. These are all for Friday, not Christmas. But those would be my leans. I probably won't touch them. Maybe if I dive into them more, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and stay away from it all together. And then we don't have any NHL on the board here. And then college football or basketball, nothing as well. So that's what we have. NFL, NBA, nobody else is playing. Haven't really dove into all of those college basketball and stuff. So I didn't know that they weren't playing. I didn't really look ahead that far in those sports. I only really looked ahead at the NBA, NFL. I only have so many hours in a day to do all that research. That's why premium only gets about 3 to 5, except for Sundays. We go a little bit heavier because I love football and I'll spend 24 fucking hours diving into those. But if you put $100 on that, you only win $40. So it's a 40x play, maybe $10 for 404. Looks much, much better. It's $10. It's a scratch-off ticket. Speaking of scratch-off tickets, I went to Stewart's. Okay, I live in New York. You guys probably don't know what Stewart's is, but it's a gas station. I had to get some milk and stuff like that. They have very good milk, by the way. If you are in New York, in the upstate area, if you know, you know. But irregardless of all of that, I walk in and I couldn't even buy a Powerball ticket because the system's down, the lottery system's down, which I thought was crazy. I was able to get about $100 worth of scratch-offs, just Christmas presents, stuff like that. But I just thought it was crazy I couldn't buy a Powerball ticket. That Powerball is up to 1.4 million or billion with a B, not million, billion. That's crazy. That's insane. Hopefully one of you guys would win it. That'd be huge. I didn't get in. Maybe I'll try once. If nobody wins the next one, I'll try on the next one. Because I mean, it's worth $10 to get a chance at that $1.4 billion. That's nuts. But $10 to 400, we'll take that any day of the week. Sports betting is actually a lot safer than the lottery and scratch offs or any of that. I would even beg to argue with a lot of people that it's safer than the stock market. And at least we get to pick our own poison here. We love sports betting, as you can tell. Thank you guys so much. I hope if you're watching this before Christmas, that Santa's good to you and yours. You have tremendous, fabulous time with your family, because that is what the season's all about. If you don't have family, you have friends, reach out. We can chat on the Discord, whatever the case may be. I know it's also a lonely time of year for a lot of people. So if you're struggling, seek help. Don't ever go with any other alternative. Always seek help, because people care about you. Life is worth living. I hope you guys all have a blessed holiday. We'll talk again before the new year, but I hope the next year for you is the best one yet. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for all of the support, all of the hours we put in together over here on the channel and in the Discord. I do truly appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's keep on cooking. Let's have a day on Christmas Day. Thank you guys so much for all of your time. I'll see you in the next free play video.